Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Oh, hey there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. And today, I'm going to be doing my ranking of all of the Jurassic World, or as I prefer to refer to it? That's weird. Jurassic Park films. I don't give the Jurassic World franchise uh, credit. I still call it Jurassic Park. I don't care what they call it. So I did have the chance to see the new film Jurassic World Rebirth on Thursday night. I would have done this sooner, but I've just been busy all weekend. So here it is. Nobody cares anymore at this point. But instead of just talking about the new film, which anyone can go do, I thought I would do a ranking of the entire franchise because I have seen all the films and I didn't realize it at first. This is one of the few franchises where I saw every single one of them in theaters. I mean, I know there's a handful out there, like there's movies like the Spider-Man trilogy of Sam Raimi where there's only 3 of them or something. But as far as like bigger franchises go, where there's like more than 3 movies, this is one of the only ones, at least that I could think of off the top of my head, that I've seen every single entry of them in theaters. So I'm like, that's kind of cool. They've been around for 32 years now. I've been going to see them in theaters for that long because I'm an old man. I was not quite 8 years old when the first one came out in theaters, and I loved it. Like every kid who was probably too young to see it in theaters did. So instead of doing like the normal ranking, where I would start with like my least favorite and work up to my favorite, because sometimes that's suspenseful, in a franchise such as Jurassic Park, I think doing it the opposite way makes more sense because unless you have brain problems, there's no reason the original Jurassic Park is not your favorite and the best. This is a list of my favorite movies in the franchise in order. It might be different if I was thinking about it objectively, but Jurassic Park 1, the original, the OG from Steven Spielberg, will never not be the best one. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. So my favorite, number 1, is clearly the OG JP Jurassic Park. Now, I don't need to talk about it much. Who hasn't seen that 100 times? It's one of the few. I probably have seen that movie 100 times. Not even kidding. I rewatched all 6 of these before the new one came out too. So I have, at least I've seen them twice, opinions about every single one, including the newer ones. The other reason I wanted to do this list in reverse is because here's my hot take. My second favorite film in the franchise is 2001's unnecessary, but goddamn is it entertaining, Jurassic Park 3. I know 98% of you are thinking, this person's insane. How is The Lost World not the second best one? And I'll tell you why. Because this movie's an hour shorter, and it's a lot more fun to watch. That's really it. I will not argue that Lost World is the better film of the two. Like I said, this is not the objective ranking. This is the list of ones I'd rather watch ranking. And I would rather watch Jurassic Park 3 any day of the week than Lost World because it's a swift, like 93 minutes long of super fun, damn good looking dinosaur action. The cast is great. You got William H. Macy in there. That's all you need, right? And Taglioni, I believe. I can never think of the Italian guy's name because it's so Italian, but he's in everything, like Face Off, and he was in The Brutalist just this last year. I can never think of his name. Maybe I'll pop it up on the screen. But he's great. Michael Jeter, the late great Michael Jeter's in it a little bit. And of course, you've got Sam Neill coming back as Dr. Alan Grant in this entry. He was missing from the second one. And so was Laura Dern, who shows up in this just a little bit. But it's nice to see her again. I would rather watch Jurassic Park 3 over The Lost World. And I've thought that ever since I saw it in theaters the first time. Because I always just found Lost World to get a little boring. I think it's a little too long. Which is the case for most of these movies, let's be honest. But that's the primary reason I prefer Jurassic Park 3. But don't worry, The Lost World is number 3 in my ranking because it is easily the second best, objectively speaking, movie of the series, but I'm just rarely in the mood to watch it, so that's why it's my number 3. I do like the movie. I rewatched it again, and there's some amazing sequences in this movie, like the cliff sequence with the trailer and hanging down and the hide pulling the thing back up with the T-Rexes, that's one of the best scenes in the entire franchise. You could argue that it's the coolest scene in any of the franchises, and I wouldn't fight you too hard on it. But sadly, that's easily the best part of this movie. The rest of it is kind of a slog for the most part. All the dinosaur stuff is great, but I just kind of get bored by the end of it. And by the time they even end up in, I believe, San Diego, if I'm not mistaken, I just stopped caring. I just don't care about anything in this movie, I guess, is one of the reasons I'm never as into it. But you got a good cast once again. Jeff Goldblum, of course, Julianne Moore, Vince Vaughn, good stuff. Pete Postlewaite, Peter Stormare, he's a good asshole in this one. I never get as into it as I do the original one, and I don't have as much fun with it as I do Jurassic Park 3, because it's a little overly serious of a film compared to the first and third ones. And that's just one of the things I think takes me out of it. I don't know. That's just me. But still, 3 out of 7 ain't bad. On to number 4, which is, not surprisingly, number 4 in the franchise, the original Jurassic World. Yes, it's a reboot of the original film. It's a lot of member berries, which can get annoying. But since this was the first Jurassic Park film in, I think, 14 years, I don't know how the 14 years in between Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World seemed shorter than the 4 years between Jurassic Park 2 and 3. But that's just the magic of junior high and high school, I think. Those years take forever, even though you're always having a good time. But adulthood goes by in a flash. It was awesome seeing a Jurassic Park/World film in theaters again for the first time in eons. It was the first one I got to see with my now wife. Jurassic Park is probably her favorite movie ever, and she has watched it a bazillion times too. She got scared of the sick Triceratops in theaters and had to go to the cry room. There used to be cry rooms in movie theaters. That's how old we are. Anyways, Jurassic World, it's a fun movie. It's a good Hollywood spectacle movie. All the special effects are good. The characters are likable enough. I love Bryce Dallas Howard for several reasons, but she's good. I like Chris Pratt. He's fun in this movie. Yeah, this was before he was like in everything, so at the time it was fun seeing him in this movie. Now everyone's just kind of sick of him. No offense, but unless he's playing Star-Lord or it's a Lego movie, I think people are kind of sick of seeing him in everything, personally. The supporting cast is good too. Vincent D'Onofrio is a good quasi-villain in the movie. But yeah, it's essentially just a bigger budget version of the original Jurassic Park if the park was open. That's all it really is. Like, imagine Jurassic Park, but the park's already open. That's Jurassic World. And it's fun. But yeah, Jurassic World, number 4. Right in the middle. I think where it belongs. Number 5. This is where I probably, to some people's disagreement, will put the new one in here, at least for now. I've only seen it once compared to the other ones, but Jurassic World Rebirth, World, I almost called it. I thought I called it the wrong thing, but it is Jurassic World Rebirth. I would have preferred if they called it Jurassic Park Rebirth, but that's just me. With Scarlett Johansson, who's great, and I can never think of the guy's name who's in Wicked. Jonathan Bailey, there we go. He is good. He's a fun character in there. You've got 2-time Oscar winner Mahershala Ali in there as well. I went into this movie expecting it to be terrible, because that's just what I think about these movies now. So watching it from the perspective of, I just want to have a fun time. The trailer looked fun. It looked more like an Indiana Jones movie in some aspects than a Jurassic Park movie. It was more of like a jungle adventure kind of movie. So it actually made me excited. Like, I just want it to be a stupid, fun adventure movie, like National Treasure or something like that. And it's more or less what it was. So I had a good time watching it. Like I said, I expected it to be bad, so all the really cliche expositional writing for the backgrounds of all the characters just made me laugh, because that's what I expected it to be. So you watch it for what it is. Once again, I think you'll have a good time. It's number 5 in the list. It's above the other 2, purely for the reason that it isn't boring. It's not overly long. It's long. It's like 2 hours and several minutes long, which is pretty average for this franchise, with the exception of the third one. That's why it's great. But overall, I had a fun time. The characters were likable enough. I like Scarlett Johansson in pretty much everything. I thought she was good in this too. She's a good, tough girl, obviously. She's been Black Widow for forever, so we all like her. I had a good time with it. Do I want to watch it again immediately? No. Will I buy it eventually? Maybe. I don't know. But I would watch it again, and I'd probably have a good time watching it again because I won't be bored out of my mind watching it. And that's why the new Jurassic World Rebirth is number 5 out of 7. Hey, could be worse, right? Does Universal Pictures have like a secret like copyright on dinosaur movies? Because they're like the only ones even trying. You think other companies would make dinosaur movies because they'd seem to do well. Number 6 out of 7 will be Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, or as I like to call it, Jurassic World James Cromwell's Haunted Basement. Uh, this movie's not horrible. It's not good. It's definitely not a good movie. It's different than the first Jurassic World, so I like it for that. It kind of becomes like a weird horror movie, but not horror movie enough where I like it. Where after the first act, which is good, I like the first part where they're trying to get all the dinosaurs off the island, and it's all sad, and you see the brachiosaur and the silhouette getting murdered by lava. That's sad. That's like the saddest thing in the movie. Probably all these movies, to be honest. But after that whole sequence, you go to James Cromwell's haunted basement where there's secret black market dinosaur sales going on. Toby Jones is there doing it. Rafe Spall is a fun bad guy. I always like Rafe Spall. But overall, the movie's just kind of whatever. You got a couple younger characters in there they're fine. Like Justice Smith, he's fine in most of the things I see him in. I like him more often than not. I like him even if I don't like the movie he's in. Let's put it that way. But overall, the movie is just kind of a slog, and it's just such a different film than Jurassic World. And then it gets into the weird cloning stuff with the kid, and it doesn't really go anywhere after that. I don't know. It seemed like an okay setup to the third movie, and then they just shit the bed with Jurassic World Dominion, which, now that I'm there, I might as well just say my least favorite, easily, and still is after watching it again, is Jurassic World Dominion. This is the ultimate way to not do a legacy sequel. You got the amazing cast of the original and the good cast of the Jurassic World franchise, and then a whole bunch of shit in between. You got this subplot with locusts that takes up way too much of the movie, and they're just trying to figure out how do we make these two movies make any sense whatsoever. And while they fail miserably, in my opinion, they do so in the most boring way possible. And that's why I just can't stand this movie. It's almost 2 hours and 40 minutes long, which is way too long for a fun adventure movie, I'll just say. Jurassic World Dominion bores me out of my mind every time I try to watch it. I've only sat through it twice, and I'm pretty sure both times I watched it, I was either on my phone half the time, or in the case of when we were in theaters, we were out my kid, and he was bored out of his mind. And my favorite parts of the movie were the 3 times he asked to go to the bathroom, and I went with him, and then we played in the arcade instead of sitting and watching the movie because I was hating it so much when I saw it in theaters. So, Jurassic World Dominion, I'm so glad they stopped after that and tried again with something a little different, a little more fun, a little more adventurous with Jurassic World Rebirth. It's not amazing, like I said, but I at least had fun watching it. Just go into it expecting it to be nothing special, and you'll probably have an alright time. Never go into these movies expecting Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park, or even anything from the Jurassic Park series, in my opinion, because the magic is just gone. All we have left is cool dinosaur special effects that always look great, no matter what the movie it is and how bad the movie is. The visual effects are outstanding. There's no denying it. Other than that, I just hope to have fun and not be bored out of my mind. So those are my thoughts on the entire Jurassic World/Park franchise. Let me know what your ranking is in the comments. And then if you don't have Jurassic Park in number 1, like I said, I'm sorry. I feel bad. I pity you if it's not your favorite. But I understand why you could prefer like Lost World over it, just because at least it has a lot of cool stuff in there. But if you have any of the Jurassic World movies as your favorite, the only excuse is that you're 14 years old. I'm also hoping to do this for the Superman franchise. I need to rewatch some of the older ones coming up. I've seen them 100 times, but I want to watch them anyways. I got that fancy 4K set. So hopefully right after the new Superman comes out, I'll also do a ranking like this, my favorite Superman solo films. Once again, my name is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Shop, pop, movies.